Welcome to PicsByDan. We're going down to the Yakima River today. We're going to hyperlapse there. Thanks for coming. We're going to be developing a black and white recipe today. Off we go. We good? Yeah, I think so. Audio's on. One of the reasons I love shooting black and white, it takes one of the main elements of color out of photography, and what you're left with is shape, texture, shadow, composition, but not color. Colors change in black and white photography sometimes. They can change a lot about a tonal value. We're going to develop a recipe. When we get up here a second, I'll shoot into the clear sky. We'll look at the different simulations that Fuji has to offer and which ones we maybe want to go with. I'll give you a shot at each one of the black and white offerings that Fuji has. Pretty sure we're going to go with the Acros with the red filter, but we'll take a look at all of them. There is a difference between the monochrome black and white, or is a real simple black and white conversion, which can be really nice. Come on, Benny, you don't need to pee there. Come on. Not when people are mowing their yard, you don't pee in their yard. It's just not cool. So the simpler formula, I think, is the regular black and white, and then the Acros has a little more gradient value to it, maybe. It's not quite as contrasty. It definitely has a different look. Both are great. Fuji. So that's going to be our first step, is figuring out exactly what simulation mode we're going to use. Another bright, sunny, warm day. Going to have a lot of that this summer. Need to get some recipes that'll go with that. Have to wear the dogs out a little bit first. Okay, we're gonna go today to the Yakima River. It's closer to me than the Columbia River, but both of them are easy walk. So we're gonna shoot this black and white in a street scene, and we're gonna get into nature with it. We're looking for a summer black and white recipe. Can get us what we want. Shooting today, we got Fuji X-Pro3 16-80. Hard to beat for walk around photography, especially in the bright light. Okay, here we go. Here's Acros standard, straight up yellow filter, red filter. Skies should get darker with the red filter, and here's with the green filter. Now let's go to the monochrome. Monochrome yellow filter, red filter, and a green filter. Just like I said, we're going, let's set this thing up with the Acros and a red filter. It's our first setting. We got zeros across the board on everything else. There we go. So that's that. We're going Acros with the red filter.
Wait.
Hoping we can get across soon. This is the bypass highway. We got our Acros. The red filter, it's gonna make our skies darker.
Highway 240. Walk sign is on.
Let's go.
To cross.
Waiting for a motorcycle. See if we can catch him coming through. If we do, this photo's for you, John Andre Herman. See if we can catch him. He's in there. There it is, right there. Come on. Got him. That was for you, John. Thanks for watching, buddy. Love you, man. There we go. Okay, there's a front view of the Corvette. What's that? Oh, look at that, right there. See that reflection? I don't know if you can. I'm gonna work it so I got a big strong reflection coming out. There we go. So I want to remind you, we've got all of our settings set to 0 right now, straight on down the line. There isn't anything that I've got set yet. But we're gonna. Ooh, burning rubber, baby. Fuji X-Pro3 has a color chrome effect and a color chrome effect blue. We'll try each one of them and give them a shot. The thing I want to capture in this recipe is, you know, when you were a kid, you had a 1-speed bike, at least I did. You knew how to get around. We'd head on down to the 7-Eleven and grab a Slurpee. We'd do whatever. And one of the trademarks that me and my buddies used to leave back when I was a little romper, you leave a little skid mark behind on a sidewalk that's smooth. If you're on the in the front of the 7-Eleven, you know, you bust out a skid. Those little skid marks that we'd leave behind, and it was very intentional because tires were really soft back then because they had tubes in them and they were just softer. They left more rubber behind. This recipe will be in appreciation for that. Right under here. You get for a little bit, okay? Sniff and pee and do all the things you've wanted to do. Well, let's take a regular photo first. There we go. That's about 3/4 of a stop underexposed. Add our color chrome effect, turn it on strong so we can see it, see if it makes a difference. Focus same spot. Let's look at them. Color chrome effects blue, and we'll put that on strong too. I've got same settings on the camera, so we're not moving around. So we've got the color chrome effect on strong, color chrome effect blue. Next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna add a little monochromatic color. Warm it up just a bit. Monochromatic color. Let's go towards the yellow, which is warm, always. And we'll hit it a little red too. We're just gonna warm this thing up. See what we get. Oh yeah, there we go. That's our starting point. So we got a little warmth added through our monochromatic color. See how our skies are looking? We're getting dark. That's good. Look at that. Nice dark skies. So how about grain? Let's go weak and large. Never do that. Compare. Can we see it? Oh yeah, we can. What do you think? Oh yeah, that's gritty. Oh, that's a nice shot right there. We're going to shoot the shadow of the sun through the trees. Look at that. That's great. Dogs are awesome. Do this little canopy here. Real quick. Right now I'm just exposing the shadows. Kind of cool. Nice. Yeah, so next thing we're gonna hit is our shadows and highlights. The important thing to remember is that plus is plus and minus is minus. Ain't nobody protecting nothing. It's just telling you how much you're gonna get. When you shoot a +4 on the shadows, you're getting all the shadow darkness the camera pulls off. When you put your highlight at a +4, you're gonna get all the highlights you can get. And the exact opposite when you go to the minus. You go to a -4 on the shadows, your shadows will be more exposed. When you go a minus on the highlights, just the opposite of editing. Just exactly the opposite of photo editing. Because you're you're behind the camera now at the pre-process stage. So it's all simple addition. There isn't subtraction going on, there's just less of. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it makes a difference on your images. Oh, look at these rocks. We're gonna shoot into this little bit of stuff and we're gonna play with our shadows and highlights. Gonna keep that rock right in the center all the way. Let's just take a look at what it does. Now we've added a +2 on the shadows and a +2 on the highlights. The next thing we will probably want to take a look at is the clarity. And the clarity is a fine line between the shadows and highlights. They're closely related, but they do make a difference. If you turn the clarity up higher, the camera slows down. It really does. Okay, let's do some sagey stuff right here with our current settings, and we'll take a look at the clarity. And now the funny thing is, I'm doing this on a sunny day, and this recipe may not be worth a darn in the dark. It might just be terrible. So let's expose you right on the money, right there. It looks nice, doesn't it? We've got good detail going on. The camera's at f8, by the way, 640 ISO. Let's hit that clarity. I like to start by cranking it all the way up, because you gotta know what you gotta know, right? This is high clarity right here. Can we see the difference? Let's find out. Oh, hell yeah, you can. Look at the difference in that. We don't want that much clarity, do we? No. Let's bring the clarity to a more reasonable 2. Yeah, +2. There we go. Let's try that. Great. Next episode, we'll be shooting this simulation. Thank you so much for coming. And hope you learned something. Put the final touches on this recipe tomorrow. New subscribers, shoot, I might make it to 300 this week. If you ever wanted to make your subscription count for something, I'd really like to get to 300. That would be nice. So it's a good time if you're sitting on the fence. Click that subscribe. Those that are already subscribed, thanks so much. Really great having you. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks for coming to PicsByDan. Next episode, we're going to take this thing to the streets, black and white. Have a good day.